Duplicate the background layer by pressing Ctrl J. Change the color of the background to purple by using Paint Bucket 2. Use gradient to tone the background color. Now that we have this background color, import the files. Create layer mask to remove the parts of the image you don't want for the design. Use brush tool. Create a rectangle. Clean the other parts of the images we don't need. Group the 3 images. Create a new layer. Change blend mode to color. Select brush tool. Drop opacity to as low as 14 and brush over the images. Increase a little. This is the image without the brush. This is it with the brush, so it blends with the background properly. Select the layer and create a clipping mask to the group so it doesn't interfere with your designs. Duplicate this rectangle and rotate by pressing Ctrl T. Right click and rotate clockwise. Ensure to take this rectangle below the group. Now you have it below the images. On this rectangle, let's write the name . You can use any font you want, but for this design I'll be making use of this font. Let's add a box here. on this boss, let's write braids by Satlucky. Use whichever font you want for your design. Let's make this font a little bit bold by highlighting it and making it bold. Now let's make this rectangle a bit rounded. Press the property bar and change the angle to 30. Align it with the text. Now this text looks a bit boring. Let's import a light effect. Clip this light effect to the text. Blur the light effect. Now that you've blurred the light effect, let's add a stroke to the text. So our text is better this way. This is how it was looking without the light effect and without the stroke. Now we have it with the stroke and with the light effect. Let's increase the font for this and add 30%. Let's add percent also. Now let's hold shift and control and alt and press E. When you press E, you are going to create a layer that merges all the layers together. This layer, take the layer upwards. Now that it's above all layer, create a rectangle. Make the edge of this rectangle round by using the property panel. Place the mesh there above the rectangle and create a clipping mask. Now that you have created the clipping mask, drop shadow on the rectangle. Create another rectangle. Make the edge of this rectangle round. Now that the edge of the rectangle is round, pick it and drop it above now it is above our rectangle. Let's change the color to a bit lighter. You can decide to drop shadow as well. Let's make the shadow to face upwards and reduce the size. Now on this box, let's write "we offer". Pick a custom shape tool. Hold shift to draw a perfect tool. Ensure that the tool you dropped is above all the layers. Now we can write our offers. Ensure you place it the way you want it to appear on your design, and this is going to take a little time to get exactly what you want. This is perfect. So let's highlight both layers and group it. Now that we've grouped it, it's very easy to edit. By pressing Ctrl J, you make a duplicate of it, hold Ctrl and drag it down. So what you just need to do is to edit this text, and now you know you have the same size with the initial text that you had edited in the first place. So the second offer should be knotless braids. knotless braid. Position it how you want it to be positioned in your design. Let's edit this and change to braid instead of braids. Close the group and duplicate again. Make sure your move is selected, hold Ctrl and drag it down. So this is it for the things we offer. Let's add 24 hours open. For this, let's make the text larger and write 24 hours open. This hours, let's change it to capital later. Now we have all our services listed out. Let's now add our contact address or number. Now let's add an overall light effect. This overall light effect will be added on the faces of our model to make them blend properly with our design. Change the blend mode to screen. Now that you've changed the blend mode to screen, create or add a layer mask. Use the brush tool to clear off the edges of the layer mask. Drop the opacity of this light to very minimal. Now we can decide to increase the light effect. Now this is the design without the light effect. You can see how dark the faces of our models is or are, and this is it with the light effect. I think this is better, but if you think this is not better, you can also drop your comments below. Don't forget, you can always add other things such as contact address, the address of your businesses, but this is a fictional flyer, so I wouldn't want to be adding any address. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and most especially to subscribe, so I'll be encouraged to create more of this kind of content. If you have any question or any concern, you can drop them in the comment section, and I promise that I'll be attending to all of them. Thank you for watching.